Hi, Grace here, and I like to steal books. I like stealing books. No, I like SteelBooks. SteelBooks are a form of media covering that contains a disc inside of what we call steel, I guess. Thicker metal, probably aluminum case. It could be a video game, or a DVD, or a Blu-ray disc. Sometimes they have special artwork and special coverings, making them a fun collector's treat. Sometimes they add just a different layer to your DVD experience. One that can make you feel like you are really supporting and collecting the piece of media that you have purchased. So in this video, I would like to go over my 5 favorite SteelBooks that I own, while also showing off a bunch in between.
You have no reason to live!
Now, for a while there, the absolute best collector's editions that don't only look good, but are a fun representation of a movie that you've seen so much artwork for, you've seen the posters for it for the past 10 or so years. So what can they do for an anniversary edition to spruce it up? Give it a thematically relevant cover. This particular line comes from Project Pop Art, which was an exclusive to Best Buy that featured fun covers for a bunch of really well-known films that I just happened to need on Blu-ray at the time, which made the perfect storm of collecting a few. Because personally, for me, the artwork that represents the movies genuinely give them a sense of identity. The project art, what the fuck was it called? For me, the Project Pop Art, really a testament to how physical media can give people a reason to go out and purchase it. I guess the saddest thing in the recent years is watching Best Buy completely abandon this ecosystem of collector's editions when they were the freaking ones that got me into it. Not only do you get the movies you enjoy, but you get artwork that makes you feel like you were enjoying it more. Sure, it might be a little light on bonus discs, but hey, you get the cover. And if I were to pick one, I have to give it to Drive here. My boy Ryan Gosling doing his shit, trying to make a better world, trying to be a real hero, but he can't be a real hero because he's in a life of crime. Albert Brooks is gonna get your ass. Hey, another one of these. But done in this slick 1980s kind of vaporwave vibe that has been replicated many times before, even by Nicholas Winding Refn himself. But Drive just does it in a way that no other movie can really claim. And this SteelBook perfectly captures that mood and features Ryan Gosling. So it cannot be all bad.
But that's offensive to every douchebag I've ever met.
Some SteelBooks are collections within themselves. John Wick has SteelBooks of each movie separately, but I enjoy this pack of the first 2 films side by side in an incestuous part 1, part 2 relationship that makes this feel like a little better, more special. Sometimes you might even be able to get a complete season of television on a SteelBook. Rare as it may be, it is still nice to get a show you like in the format that you like the most. Even getting a trilogy, Back to the Future, Predator, 3 movies. I would say that the Back to the Future SteelBook is probably a little better. You get this connectivity with the front and the back. All 3 movies are in here. Look at that, everybody. We get a bonus disc. Give it up for that. Do we got a bonus disc in here? No, but I did shove in my copy of Predator 3D, so that's something. But if I'm gonna have to choose my favorite of my collections captured in a steelbook format, I'm gonna have to give it to the Grindhouse double feature. Not only do you get Planet Terror, but you get Death Proof, and you get it on the disc that features them, making this the first Blu-ray release with both movies only work if they are together, if they are in the full Grindhouse experience.
Okay, good for you.
Now, some would say that Project Pop Art, it is more artistic. There is definitely a lot of art going on there. I think Project Pop Art is also really good at doing a minimalistic cover of just a few iconic pieces of the media to represent color palette and the overall vibe. Starting with the simplistic artistic representations, I'm gonna say Society is an incredible B-tier horror film with goopiest special effects you'll ever can see. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, of course. The Steelbook features not Jack Torrance on the front, though there he is on the back. The red rum murder door, nice front and center in this black void. You can also look at the double release of the Hellboys. I believe this is a Mike Mignola cover himself. And the gun cover for Hellboy 2, I think pairs quite nicely with the color palette. Ooh, look at that dagger. Of course we have the 30th anniversary of Die Hard. God damn it, if there's one thing you know about me, I'm gonna show you the Die Hards. If you remember last episode, I did say the VHS version is a preferred version of this. That does not mean I am not willing to spend extra money to get a collector's edition of it. If I'm gonna go with my favorite simplistic void steelbook, I gotta say Whiplash is probably doing it the best. This beautiful golden shimmer, this sparkle, this is definitely a drum movie. Got a drumstick in the middle right there, but that little bit of blood lets you know that maybe there's a little bit more going on. Even though it's the same fucking Blu-ray, I kind of wish there were like different editions. It used to be that different companies would publish different versions of movies and you would get different versions of the film inside of the DVD case with a special edition could bend. I'm judging this solely on the steelbooks themselves. I don't come here for the movies, I come here for the steel.
But them's the breaks.
On the opposite side of that, I love filling up the cover. As shitty as a movie may be, fill up this cover with so much artwork. John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum, Jackson Pollock easel-esque cover. There's something that shows his psyche within this artistic representation. Sometimes it's just the art of the animated film. Like, honestly, this is such a fun style and interpretation of the characters solely based on the steelbook. I want to know what's going on inside. Of course, we can look to the Mondo releases. Mondo not only giving us a fun steelbook underneath, but giving us the plastic sheets that go on top for Nightcrawler and Pet Sematary. Mondo also being probably some of the best poster company to be out there. This steelbook of Nightcrawler, I don't think I've ever seen this imagery used to promote this film outside of this cover of this edition. You do get a thematically relevant disc to go with it. This is all I've been asking for. But no art depicts something so truly awful. No art brings me so much joy in how it represents the material. Then when you take something so outlandish and you just go all out with it. So much shit going on. What is this? What is this trash? With the 3D disc? This movie was meant for 3D. Guys, this movie was meant in all glory 3D. This DVD right here, this DVD can go f itself because I'm watching this in the best quality possible. Gods of Egypt is a shit tier film, but this steelbook is a S tier book.
Your mother has a sickness!
Now, one of my least favorite types of steelbook, but one that does still have merit, I suppose, is one that just kind of takes the cover and just makes the cover. I like that it wraps around. I like that it's not just a sheet of paper. This is literally just a DVD cover, is it not? Some of them are questionable. Some of them are like, all right, this is like the DVD cover plus. Worth it? A movie that I don't want to own, but since it is on a steelbook and it's on a steelbook that I particularly kind of am attracted to, you don't think, you just purchase. I already had a copy of it. I bought the 3D copy of it, which is expensive, but this is a 4K. Oh no, I'm dropping all my steelbooks. Why wouldn't I want that? I like this movie. I'll buy it twice. I have no sense of fiscal responsibility. Drawn versions with Arrival, Fight Club Anniversary Edition. I like the colors of it, but honestly, kind of bleh. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I think this is a lot better than some of the other Texas Chainsaw steelbooks. This is definitely my favorite of the steelbooks, but if you watched last episode, you know I have a much, much better version of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is just like, you know, for novelty's sake. If I have to look at the original posters and think of how is it elevated in a steelbook format, for me, there's something about the yellow wrapping of The Wolf of Wall Street or the colors that you get in Blade Runner 2049. There's something so just heavy. I don't think the original cover has for that movie. When it comes to Wolf on Wall Street, this is pretty much the DVD cover, but there's something about having the whole thing in this tatsy yellow that just gives it that, I don't know, that just like that emphasis. Am I crazy here? Right now would be about the time that I do some honorable mentions, which I'm gonna do. My one honorable mention is gonna be that Fargo. That Fargo steelbook goes so fucking hard, but it doesn't really thematically go in with any of the categories that I've created for this video. Absolutely one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite steelbooks. I've already been showing off so many of my steelbooks that instead of doing honorable mentions, I thought I might as well do a dishonorable mention. And that goes to Steelbook series where they just sort of, well, I mean, this is fine on its own. Tom Cruise is raised. There's this old aging to it to make it look like it's been through some shit. The color palette's kind of nerfed, but it goes with War of the Worlds, so that one's okay. Wait. This is the same thing. The same fucking cover. What is this? What is this pattern? I guess it's like, it's an archaeologist. Maybe it makes sense that it's a little worn, but this dark metallic color palette does not work. It works for War of the World, doesn't really work for the slick sci-fi nature Minority Report, definitely doesn't work for Indiana Jones. But if we have to look at my least favorite steelbook collection that I have, whatever the fuck this line is, this comic book cover that works for the Incredible Hulk, but it feels cheap. It is cheapening the movie somewhat, especially when you see it on every cover. At least it comes with the extended edition. A limited edition, extended edition. And they give you the full info. I don't know if I like this. Do you like having the actual info on the back? Or is this more fun where it's like a picture? It's a picture of the guy. Oh yeah, and I also have the Mummy. These say limited edition, but I swear these have been on the shelves for the past 20 years. Not very limited, not very special, and they all fucking look the same. This is just so much more thematically congruent with what Shaun the Dead is. And that is why these are my least favorite steelbooks to collect.
Who opened a window?
But forget all of those. We are to my favorites. We are to the GOATs, the glorious, glorious, actual unique special editions. This is Lawrence of Arabia. No cover of it, just the sands of time. The Scott Pilgrim edition, where it is the artist of the original manga. Or I guess like comic book, but it is like in a manga style. Whatever. It's the Scott Pilgrim Steelbook. There's been a couple versions of it, but to me, this is the essential version of it. When I was talking about series, I was showing off my Tarantino Robert Rodriguez double feature. To go along with that, I have another double feature. Target edition of the Django Unchained Steelbook. It's like red with white on it, and it has a different cover to it. So to me, this feels like a little more of a clear special, the red and black edition. Contrast that with the red and white of the Hateful Eight. To me, those two together are just so glorious, a mirrored reflection of each other, that they do truly feel like they deserve the special cover, the special little steelbook. I need to protect these discs. These discs are precious to me. Someday in the future, this is all we'll have left. In a similar vein, I would say the double feature of Fede Alvarez's Evil Dead and the Don't Breathe Steelbook, two gorgeously done steelbooks that just speak so truly to the horror that is contained within. The only frustrating thing is this is a European edition, but guess what? This don't work in my fucking PS5. So I have to keep the old Evil Dead disc in here. But I don't mind because that old Evil Dead disc looks a lot better than the picture underneath. And Don't Breathe, this cover just being so stony and cold, it gets me juiced. It's like artwork. If we're truly talking about the cream of the crop, the top of the top, my absolute favorite pick for greatest steelbook I own, the one I'm the most proud of, holy shit, it's gotta be the Sucker Punch. So I'm trying to say this with a straight face. It's gotta be Sucker Punch, Zack Snyder's subliminal film that I do have to keep two discs in here because one is the extended version and it literally only has the extended version on it. But where's that disc? Hold on. The picture-in-picture with Zack Snyder himself going over every inch of the movie, telling you how they pull off the incredible special effects, how they got the characters to read so truthfully, and how they made a movie that not only stands the test of time, but stands above everything else. Not only is Zack Snyder's Sucker Punch a subliminal piece of work, but it's one of the greatest pieces of art ever granted to this world. Also, I think that It Follows one is pretty fucking rad too. That is just me. Wish they put a higher resolution photo on the back. What is going on here? Ugh. Those are my steelbooks. Really do like the Dune DVD. Oh, we have two sides of a disc with a silver plasticky insert. It's magical. Do you guys feel the magic of Dune? Is that Timothée Chalamet? If you like the video, please leave a comment. And if you haven't, then like the video in the first place. I'm Grace. I'll talk to you next time. Stay posy, stay sweaty, have a good one.